you guys got to back away so they can hear. Come on. Just go over this way. Just go that way. So you got people behind you. Folks, can you hear me? Everybody can hear me. I want to thank you for being here today. You know, I can tell you, I'm proud to be your basketball coach. Can you imagine? I'm coaching at the University of Kentucky. I mean, I wake up every morning and I say, can you imagine this? Just so you understand, my grandparents came through Ellis Island. Can you hear me over there? Can you people hear me? You know, my grandparents came through Ellis Island, did not speak English. My grandfather was a coal miner in West Virginia.
There you go.
My mother's family was from Webster Springs, West Virginia. They were high school educated. My sisters and I are the first college educated in our family. And I'm the coach of Kentucky. Are you crazy? Now, you know, there's a couple things that I would tell you. I've been to a lot of functions. Everybody's excited because we're undefeated. They're going crazy. And I said, what happens when we lose one? The guy in the back says, one's okay, it's the second one that starts bothering us, Cole. And I started laughing. He wasn't laughing. I got to ask you if this is true, and you got to tell me this is not a true story. Guy goes to Rupp Arena. Walks in, it's the biggest game of the year. He sees an empty seat. He knows the tickets are going for $1,000 a ticket out front. Can't believe there's an empty seat down low. He walks up to the gentleman and says, this seat is empty, sir. I got to ask you, why is it empty? Well, my wife and I have been going to games for 50 years. This is the first game we're going to miss. She passed away. He felt awful. He said, do you have no family or friends? He said, they're all at her funeral. And I said, you better tell me that's not a true story. Oh, yeah, I hear. I appreciate you being here. And again, the book, the only thing I can tell you, there's a lot of parts of it. It's an uplifting book. It is not a sports book. So if you're looking for a sports book, that's not what it is. I would tell you, there are all kind of stories, not just mine. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I have been blessed my whole life. I hope I pass those blessings along to you through this book. Fate intervenes in our lives. It's intervened in my life many times. In one way, 2 years ago, I wanted to be your basketball coach 2 years ago. I kept calling my wife. Have they called? Have they called? They haven't. I figured out they're not going to call. But you know what happens? If they hired me 2 years ago, I would have had to follow Tubby Smith, who won 27 games a year, won a national title, and is one of the great guys in our profession. 2 years later, you guys need me a little bit. And you know what? I needed you. And it worked out fine. I tell the story of Calipari. Anybody watch the Masters?
Yeah.
What you find out is fate intervenes in our lives. In his life, Cabrera hit the tree, and the ball was supposed to go in the weeds, and it went in the middle of the fairway, and they went to extra home, and he loses. Kind of like being up 9 in the national championship game with 2:12 to go, and your team's playing pretty good, and a guy shoots a 3 through the rafters, and it hits the light, and you go to overtime and lose. And you know what? I said to Kenny, how'd you get over it? He said, Valhalla. So what happened in Valhalla? He said, 1996, coach. Valhalla, it took me 3 years to get over. Now I understand when I get knocked down, I'm okay. A month and a half later, Calipari wins a tournament in Hartford at age 47, his 5th of the year. The thing I would tell you with this book, you all have stories, and I could go around this room and people can tell their story of where they've come from and how far it's been and how many times that. Go to the website and put your story on so someone else can read it who's going through the same thing you're going through and know they can do well. I'd give it to somebody too. After you're done with it, give it to somebody else you think needs to be uplifted a little bit. Now I'm going to go in here and sign as many books. I signed 1,000 in one sitting yesterday. Look at my hand, guys. But one name or a family name. I'm not going to sign 15 names. One name or a family name so I get through all the books. Second thing is I can't sign any shirts, hats, hands, arms. I can't, because then I won't be able to sign everybody's book. Again, I appreciate you being here. I'm going to do the best I can. Oh, you can take a picture. Go behind me. Give your camera to somebody. They'll say 1, 2, 3. I'll look up, I'll smile, and then I'll go right down and keep signing. Okay? Let's have some fun. Thanks, guys.
Here's Coach.
How do I get in?
Here you go, Coach. I got a flash.
Okay.